Love it or hate it, if you travel by air, there is a well-known routine. Pull to the curb, grab your bag, say goodbye, get in line, ticket and ID are a match, jacket off, belt off, shoes off, you are scanned, luggage is scanned, and then...
I thought the machine was broken, is what I thought.
Almost playing out in slow motion.
A minute went by, 2 minutes went by.
A TSA agent grabs your bag, points to the x-ray, and that routine trip through security.
I didn't know at that point if I was, going to get handcuffed.
Just became anything but routine. 35-year-old Andrew Warner is your average law-abiding family man.
He stared at the machine the entire time.
And when he tells this story,
4 police officers showed up. And once they showed up, I knew that there was something in my bag, so.
Even his 4-year-old little girl
Where's his gun?
knows exactly how it
It's
ends.
in the outside pocket, so.
Unfortunately, Andrew's tale is not an uncommon one. He left his gun inside his bag from a recent road trip, but forgetting to take it out got him interrogated by police.
Sir, is this your bag? If anybody helped me pack my bag, if I had a weapon in my bag.
The handgun confiscated, a $150 fine from the city, a $3,000 hit from TSA, and a misdemeanor on his record. Pretty standard when it comes to Utah law.
I own that. I feel like there definitely should have been a punishment, but in this case, I didn't feel like the punishment fit the crime.
And if you're from Springville and you had an accident, don't have an accident. We don't know if you're a good guy or a bad guy.
On the flip side, Utah Representative Jason Chaffetz has very little patience for these kinds of mistakes and believes the penalties need to be stiffer. The reason? Well, just look at the numbers here. Across the country, there has been a steady rise in the amount of guns stopped by airport security. And Salt Lake International is getting worse, nearly double what we saw just 4 years ago.
Those are the ones we know about. What about all the ones we don't know about? And which one of those 3,000 people actually does want to bring down an airplane?
17 months ago, an internal investigation of the TSA revealed security failures at dozens of the nation's busiest airports, as undercover investigators were able to smuggle mock explosives or banned weapons through checkpoints in 95% of trials. Now, there's no way of knowing if or how many guns have actually made it past security in Salt Lake. What we do know is people are getting caught weekly.
Prosecutor goes over there and they are not, I can't find a single case that they're actually tried. Well, that's the law. Why not prosecute? At least prosecute somebody at some point.
2 years ago, everybody was arrested. But since we've had more discretion out here, then those numbers have come down dramatically.
Airport Police Sergeant Jeff Grundell says a little more than a year ago, officers were given the latitude to determine whether or not travelers caught with a gun actually had criminal intent. Now, the reality is most do not. So instead of putting everyone in cuffs and getting mugshots as they did for years and years, just about everyone now is cited, released, and then screened by the district attorney's office. The result? 0 arrests in the past year, and the number of passengers with guns up 41% and counting.
I don't create the laws, I just simply enforce them.
Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill says his hands are tied. He believes there ought to be stronger and stiffer penalties for those caught with a gun at airport security.
The single message that we want to send across
regardless of intent.
You know what? Airports are off limit. You should not be carrying a handgun while you're trying to travel in this day and age, given the security concerns that everyone has and everybody recognizes.
Right now, intentionally trying to get a gun through security is a Class A misdemeanor with up to a year in jail. If it's deemed an accident, an infraction, and you go free.
Look, if that's the way the prosecutors are going to deal with it, maybe we should repeal the law and just say there is no consequence, because that's the way the law is being implemented now.
Right here.
And while Andrew will likely disagree with that, here we are 7 months after the incident, and life is pretty much back to normal, except his gun has been permanently taken away. His savings account has taken a major hit. He's got a dangerous weapons charge on his record, and every time he travels by air...
I don't think I've been on a plane since then when my heart doesn't beat a little bit faster as I'm going through security.
Andrew is reminded of the mistake he will likely never make again.